Right, are you guys here for me?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, why? Can you maintain your distance there?
Can. Of course, yeah.
And also identify yourselves. Did you just switch your camera on?
Yeah.
Alright, please don't delete that. I'll be requesting a copy, alright? Also yours, please don't delete that. I'll be requesting a copy.
Deleted. Of course.
Alright, can you identify yourselves, please,
Can I
officers?
ask you first, sorry, what was your first name, my friend?
I'm not at liberty to give you that. When you approach a member of the public, you identify yourself. That's your policy, so identify yourself.
Okay. So my name is Simon Tops, Police Constable 693, Simon Tops, Avon, Somerset Police.
And yours is?
My colleague.
5512, Josh Burnell.
Alright, and what crime have I committed, or do you suspect me of committing?
Okay, what are you being so hostile?
I'm not being hostile, I'm just asking you, because when police approach me,
Yeah.
police come to deal with crimes, do they not?
Not necessarily, no.
What do they come to deal with? Civil matters?
Well, we're here to prevent crime.
So what crime do you suspect me of about to commit?
Not suggesting you're committing a crime at all. So.
Alright then.
What was your first name, so I can talk to you on first name basis?
No, it's fine, I'm not going to give you that.
Okay. Are you filming at the moment?
I am indeed, for my own
Okay,
protection.
what's the purpose of you filming?
My own purpose.
Right.
They walk up to him with no introduction and no explanation, so Ed has to ask who they are, which already shows how casually they handled the situation. When he asks what offence they suspect, they avoid giving a clear answer and instead label him as hostile. That term gets used too quickly when someone simply asks officers to explain why they are there. Asking for a reason is not aggressive behaviour. It is a basic request for them to meet the standard they are supposed to follow before taking action. If they truly believed a crime had occurred, they would be able to clearly explain it right away instead of shifting the focus.
Can I ask why you're here at the...
Can I ask you a question? Am I being detained?
No, you're not being detained, no.
See you later then.
But you can't go through there.
I just asked the gentleman if I could go through and he said yeah.
Chris?
Did you not just tell me the way to the bus station?
You did ask me where the bus is, alright.
And there, left at the machine and all the way down?
I did say that.
Yeah.
Okay, can
Okay.
I just...
No, you can't actually.
Okay, well, whilst you're walking, I'll just make it quite
Are you
clear
following
for
me?
I'm not following
You're
you.
harassing me.
I'm not harassing
I'm trying
you,
to
I'm
walk
talking
away.
to
Okay,
you.
I'm going to go this way instead then.
No, if you...
So if you no, I'm going to go to the bus stop.
Okay.
Okay. Leave me alone. All right.
Okay, that's fine. If you make your way to the bus stop, that'd be great.
I'm not going. You're not going to follow me.
What?
Which way are you going?
Sorry?
Which way are you going?
Look, if you don't want me to follow...
I'm just asking you which way you're going.
I'm not here to call...
I'm just asking you which way you're going.
It doesn't matter which way I go, I can go whichever way I like. I'm not being...
Alright, I'll wait for you to go then.
I'm not being dictated to by you.
Do you know your
where
oath?
I go. Alright?
Do you know your oath?
Yeah, I do.
Can you say it to me?
No.
I'll start you
I'm
off.
not going to say it to you.
I'll start you off.
I'm not here to justify my actions.
No,
to
you're
you.
here to uphold the law.
I am
Have I
upholding
broken it?
Not at the moment you haven't.
So leave me alone.
They tell him he is not detained, so he does what anyone is allowed to do and starts to walk away. That is when their tone changes. Now they start asking where he is going and follow him as if he is not actually free to leave. It cannot work both ways. Either a person is free to go or their movement is being controlled. Then it becomes about ego. Ed asks the officer to repeat his oath as a reminder of the duty he is supposed to follow, but the officer refuses. He claims he does not need to explain himself, and that is the most revealing moment of the whole encounter. Law enforcement is not a private space where explanations are optional.
This isn't consensual.
That's fine.
Policing by consent. Leave me alone.
Okay, off you go then.
No, I will
Have a
go.
nice day.
I will go when I'm ready.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Cool.
Have a nice day.
I will. I'm actually having a lovely day.
Okay. If you could make your way to the bus station, though,
Why?
that would be great.
Why?
Okay, that's fine. I'm not here.
So why do you keep telling me what to do?
I'm not telling you what to
You
do.
are. You just said make your way to the bus station.
You
Like
said
what
you were
right?
making your way-
Can I just ask you? What right do you have to tell me what to do when I haven't broken the law?
Okay.
You haven't got a right to tell me what to do when I haven't broken the law. So stop trying to bully me.
I'm not trying to.
Yes,
bully
you are. You're trying to
find
tell
out-
me what to do.
I'm trying to find out why you're walking around a university
Because
with
I'm.
a camera.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm allowed to.
Okay.
Photography is
But
not a
some
crime.
of this university is private premises.
No, it's not.
It
Bro.
is,
Do you know?
okay, that's why you're wrong.
Are you familiar with Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972?
No, I'm not.
No,
No,
you're
not
not. But you
particularly.
should be.
Okay.
Because it's the law.
Okay.
Which says at the material time of operating, the public are allowed access, whether upon payment or not.
To where?
Anywhere that is open. This is a public space. These lines were painted by the council.
The tone shifts into quiet pressure, with orders being given as if authority alone makes them lawful. When that does not work, they fall back on calling it private premises, as if saying it with confidence makes it true. Ed stays calm and focused on the facts. He asks if the officer knows Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972, which covers access rights in places where the public is normally allowed to be. The officer admits he does not know it, and that moment stands out. Enforcing rules without understanding the law behind them shows it is based on assumption, not knowledge. Ed then points to the road markings from the council which signal a public highway, and those do not appear on land that is truly restricted.
I think you're mistaken.
No,
This part of
I'm
this
not.
university is private property.
Can I just ask you
There
another
is
something?
public access
If I
to
was to
parts
say
of
to
the
you,
university.
if I was to say to you, I'm not going anywhere, what could you do?
Sorry?
If I was to say to you, I'm not going to leave now, what could you do?
Well, I don't intend to do anything
You
at the
couldn't.
moment.
You couldn't do anything because I haven't broken the law. When those guys rang you and reported a crime, what you should have said to them, he's not breaking
They
the
have
law.
reported a crime.
What did they
They
do?
reported a suspicious person filming at a
suspicion-
university campus.
Is photography a crime? You're recording. You're
Well, I
recording.
don't know.
You guys,
How
let me
do
just
I
say,
know
you,
that you're not filming for terrorist
do you know?
purposes?
You see that on your uniform?
Yeah.
That thin blue line thing.
How
That
do
is
I-
an utter disgrace.
How do I know?
You disgrace the country with that.
How do I know that you're not filming for terrorist purposes?
Sir, we
for
go.
example?
Sir, we go on what we do know, what we don't, not what we don't.
Well, not necessarily.
No,
That's again
so-
where you're wrong. Isn't
Okay,
It?
so what reasonable suspicion do you have that I'm a terrorist,
Well,
sir?
you're filming a university campus.
So you're
with a
trying to get me
camera.
on section 43.
No, I'm not.
So why'd you mention it then?
Well, because I'm just explaining that you seem to think that I can only act when a crime's been reported.
No,
but
no, no.
all
You're
you
more
do-
than willing to come up to me and ask me.
Yeah.
If you can articulate reasonable suspicion that I may be a terrorist,
Well, you're walking around a university campus with a camera. And
This is a uni.
And you won't explain why.
but I don't have to.
Security calling him suspicious does not turn lawful filming into a crime, and it simply shows they were uncomfortable with what he was doing. When Ed asks if recording is actually illegal, they avoid a clear answer because there is none. Instead, they jump to an extreme claim about possible terrorist intent which is based on imagination rather than facts. Ed stays focused and points out that decisions must be based on what is known, not on what could be assumed. If the only thing happening is someone holding a camera in a public place, then there is no real sign of a crime and no valid reason for suspicion. It only reflects discomfort with being recorded, and this moment shows how quickly weak arguments fall apart when simple facts stay at the center.
Well, then it gives me suspicion of what your activity is.
So you think I'm a terrorist? You have reasonable suspicion that I am up to terrorist activities?
I don't know why you're...
I'm not engaged in any
why are you
hostile
filming?
reconnaissance because I can, as my rights allow me to. Is this not a free country?
Yeah, but...
So am I not allowed to own a camera?
You are allowed to
You're
own a camera.
filming. What's the difference between
You're
you
allowed
and
to own a
I?
camera and you're allowed to film.
What's
And
the
I'm not-
difference between you
and
and...
I'm not preventing
so
you
why-
from doing that.
But why
I'm
are you
not
accusing me of
turning
being a
the camera
terrorist
off.
then?
I'm not accusing you of being
Well, why
a
are you saying I'm
terrorist.
suspicious?
I'm just saying there are some concerns about your
What concerns?
nature of why you're filming
What
in empty
concerns?
university.
What concerns?
But then it gives me suspicion for why you're here with a camera.
Suspicion is not a crime.
No, but it gives me grounds to do certain things if I feel it necessary.
Are you threatening me?
I'm not threatening you.
So
I'm
what do you mean
explaining
then?
what the law is.
Well, you don't know the law because that's not
Well,
right.
I think I do.
Well, tell me what reasonable suspicion you have.
Well, why are you filming a university when it's
I'm not
closed
telling you.
with a camera?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, well then I'm suspicious.
That's fine. You can be suspicious.
I can, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
But then I can also act on that suspicion
No, you
if
can't.
I feel it appropriate.
You can. Yeah, you can, and I'll sue you.
Okay, well, but that's my decision.
Yeah, I know, and you'll lose your job.
Well, I'm not doing that, am I?
No, because you're scared
But
to.
you're not helping our cause.
I don't
here,
have
are
to
you?
help you.
Ed is forced to repeat the same point because they act like it was never answered and keep going in circles without addressing it. Filming in a place open to the public is not banned just because someone does not like it, and that does not change based on their reaction. He highlights the clear contradiction as they record him while suggesting his camera is suspicious. That double standard shows the issue is not the act of recording but who is doing it. Then they claim their suspicion gives them the right to act, and that is where it becomes serious. Suspicion is not unlimited power, and it must be reasonable, specific, and tied to a real offense before it can justify any action. This moment shows how quickly weak reasoning can turn into overreach when it is not challenged with clear facts.
I don't have to help you, do I?
You don't have to, no?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, okay. I think we understand where we are.
I know where I understand where I am. I know the
understand
law.
where I
You
am.
don't. You those gentlemen over there, the guys who called the police, whoever called the police, I suggest you go and speak to them about Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, making a false report, because that's wasting police time, which is actually a criminal offence.
Okay. It's been nice talking to you. If you're heading towards the bus stop, then
I'll go wherever I like.
Have a lovely day.
I'll go wherever
Well, you
I
won't
like.
go wherever you like.
I will indeed.
Because parts of this.
I'll go anywhere that is
university-
publicly accessible. I will go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no one will stop me.
Yeah.
Not those guys up there. Not you guys
But what
either.
you need to understand at the moment.
I don't need to understand
just say
anything.
that
I know
we're
the
clear,
law.
Is so do I.
Yeah, no, you don't.
So do I. Okay.
You don't. You don't even
This
know
is a-
what Criminal
this-
Justice Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act
This is-
1972 is.
this-
Do you know it?
This is a
You need to
private.
know the ins and outs.
Of course you know. Of course, if you're gonna uphold the law, you have to know the ins and outs of the law. How can you tell me that you don't have to know the ins and outs
Okay.
of the law, but then you're here to uphold it? How does
Okay.
that make sense?
Ed does more than defend himself and shifts the focus to the bigger issue by pointing out that if anyone crossed a line, it could be the person who made the exaggerated report. He mentions Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, which covers giving false information that wastes police time, but this is ignored and it shows a clear imbalance. They move quickly to question him but show little interest in where the complaint came from. Then they claim he cannot go wherever he wants, but that only makes sense if a lawful boundary is clearly defined. Ed stays calm and explains that he is standing in a place open to the public and remains firm on that point. Instead of dealing with it properly, one officer dismisses the need to understand the law, which raises serious concern. This moment shows authority being used without a clear understanding of its limits, and that gap creates the risk of overreach.
You're even in Somerset Constabulary, innit?
Okay.
Absolute joke.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
I haven't enjoyed myself, actually. You ruined my day. So go away now, please.
Parts of the university are private premises. There are public access routes.
I won't go anywhere that is private. I haven't been anywhere that's private, and I will not go anywhere that's private. As you could probably understand from the way I speak, I know exactly what I'm doing, sir. I know the laws that surround what I'm doing. I don't appreciate you accusing me of being a terrorist.
Well,
what's your number
I've
again?
not accused you of being a terrorist. I've explained.
693. You threatened
No, I
me. You
haven't.
said, "Oh, now I've got reason."
I've not threatened
mate,
you
listen,
at all.
the camera doesn't lie.
I've not threatened you
The
at all.
camera doesn't
You
lie.
can play your camera back.
I will. I'll be playing.
I've
I'll
not
be playing
threatened
to your
you at all.
superior.
I'm just explaining that if you're filming an empty university that's actually closed at the moment to the university is actually closed. All right, to the students. It's
I'm not a
closed-
student.
It's closed to staff.
I'm not staff.
So why are you here?
I'm a member of the public, and I'm in a publicly accessible area.
Right.
That's why I'm
Okay.
here.
Well, that's fine. If you want to film
I know it's fine.
in open public spaces.
Yeah, and I'm allowed.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
you won't be filming inside buildings.
I don't want to film inside a building.
And if you trespass in private property,
It's a civil matter. Are you telling me that you're going to do something for a civil matter?
I will do. 'Cause
Okay. Oh, so okay.
When the officer claims that action would be taken if Ed trespassed and recorded inside buildings, he is relying on a situation that has not happened to justify pressure in the moment. Trespass in its basic form is a civil issue between a landowner and the person on the land, and it does not automatically become a police matter unless there are clear factors that raise it further. Officers cannot threaten enforcement based on a hypothetical situation that has not occurred. Ed is not inside any building, he is not avoiding security, and he is not ignoring any lawful direction linked to a clear legal power. This moment shows how authority can be stretched to create pressure instead of responding to actual behaviour.
That's
if
another
security
complaint.
asks you to leave a private
They
premises and you
but I
refuse,
haven't been on private property.
and you refuse
But I haven't
to,
been on private property.
then I'll have
Sir,
to consider
listen.
my powers under the breach of the peace.
Oh, so now you're threatening me for a crime that listen. What part of my behaviour is threatening or abusive?
Well, nothing at the moment.
Okay, so don't threaten me with something that
I'm not
hasn't
threatening
happened
you.
or that isn't going to
I
happen.
also
You
know
are.
the
That's
law.
no. Listen, you're
Okay.
just threatening me with breach of the peace when a breach of the peace isn't going to happen
Well,
because
one
I'm
of
not
my
acting in.
fundamental roles is to prevent a breach of the peace.
Yeah, but there's going to be no breach of the peace because I'm not acting in a
That's
threatening
fine.
or abusive
So
behaviour.
All I'm saying is don't go into private premises,
listen.
don't film in the
How many
buildings.
times do you want to say that?
Okay, otherwise...
How many times do you want to say that, considering the fact that I said...
And then I'll have to support them to prevent a breach of the peace, is all I'm saying.
That's fine. You
And
could
that's
do,
me knowing my law.
That's fine. You could do that, but
Yeah,
I promise you that if the course of action that you've just stated happens, I'll sue you.
Well, that's fine. You're entitled to sue
And I'm
me.
going to make a complaint. 3 complaints in this 8 minutes 46 seconds, and 3 complaints about you. You're smart for keeping your mouth shut.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
You can complain.
See you later, then, guys. Go.
Okay.
Be gone.
Out of nowhere, he brings up breach of the peace as if the phrase alone adds weight to the situation. That power is meant for cases where violence is likely or someone is at real risk and not to support a weak argument. Ed calmly asks what he has done that could be seen as threatening or abusive. The officer admits there is nothing at the moment, and that answer settles it. You cannot warn someone about breach of the peace while also admitting there is no threatening behavior. With no aggression, no hostility, no crowd, and no rising tension, there is no basis for using that power. This moment shows how serious authority can be misused when it is applied without proper justification. School.
No need to be rude.
I'm not being rude.
Okay.
Plus, is rudeness a crime? Is it a free country? If I would like to be rude, I'm well within my rights to be rude. Okay? So go away, please, and leave me alone. You're harassing me.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks
All
very
right?
much.
Go away now. Told me I can't record in there, so now I'm going to have to walk round. You inform these guys that photography is not a crime as well, yeah? You educate these guys on the law. No. You're here. You're a public servant. You're here to uphold the law.
Yeah.
These guys have broken the law by filing a false report.
They haven't,
Okay?
no.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. They reported a crime when there wasn't a crime being committed. They made a false report. It is a breach of Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, and you are failing in your job right now,
Okay.
officer,
Well,
constable.
Thanks very much. It's been very nice talking to you. If you can maintain yourself on the public places,
I'll go wherever
okay,
I like. Thank you.
You know what my position is.
I'll
in
go
relation
wherever.
to
Yeah, you made threats. You made a threat of
I've not made a
arrest. You
threat.
did. You made an illegal threat of arrest. Bullies, guys.
Out of nowhere, he brings up breach of the peace as if the phrase alone adds weight to the situation. That power is meant for cases where violence is likely or someone is at real risk and not to support a weak argument. Ed calmly asks what he has done that could be seen as threatening or abusive. The officer admits there is nothing at the moment, and that answer settles it. You cannot warn someone about breach of the peace while also admitting there is no threatening behavior. With no aggression, no hostility, no crowd, and no rising tension, there is no basis for using that power. This moment shows how serious authority can be misused when it is applied without proper justification. School. What stands out at the end is not confrontation but avoidance, because after all the suspicion and questioning and subtle threats, the officers shift their attention away from Ed and toward security. There is no effort to examine the original report, and the person who made the claim is not questioned on camera. There is no clear explanation, no correction, and no sign that anything was exaggerated, and that silence says a lot, because if the situation had a solid basis it would not be left like that. There is also a clear change in energy, as at the start the officers control the situation by questioning him and presenting him as a problem, but by the end that control fades. Ed is not detained, not searched, and not formally warned, and no offense is clearly stated and no legal boundary is established. What remains is frustration, not from danger but from an encounter that never proved its purpose. When he walks away, it is not retreat but a decision to stop engaging with circular reasoning. If you found value in this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel and keep accountability in focus. I am the Auditor Assessor, and this was episode 14. See you next time.